we outside again because, you know, my sister's the main character, not me, so I had to remove myself from the situation. Anyway, it's been like about a week. I think it's time for me to see how the forums have been doing, because, you know, I just want to say I really appreciate anyone and everyone who responded, because, you know, it means a lot. Appreciate that you guys took, you know, time out of your day to write, let me know how good my game is. What the hell is this? Okay, minus that one person, the other two of you that responded, even though I made like a few videos trying to promote this forum, the two of you that did respond, you guys gave some great feedback. So I've worked over the last week or so with no videos to really improve the game based on the feedback that I was given, because it's very important to listen to feedback. Shut up, dogs. Shut up. It is very important to listen to feedback, because, you know, you always want to listen to what people have to say about your game, you know, critics and stuff like that, because if you don't listen to them, how are you going to get better? And if you just like constantly come up with excuses for every single thing about the game, you know, how are you going to get better? And even though I'm just one person, I'm pretty sure they'll give me the benefit of the doubt with that alone already. So using that feedback is pretty valuable, if that makes sense. So what did the people say? What is the verdict? A settings menu, basically. I was so scared of setting up a settings menu, pun intended, because to be completely honest, I thought a settings menu was going to be wildly complicated. And to some extent it is, but Unreal Engine has like built-in settings functions that you just have to call with, you know, different nodes. So like a quality node and stuff like that. I thought it was going to be obscenely difficult, but it's not really. I thought I have to manually configure like what the different quality settings mean, but apparently I don't have to do that, so that's great. So with the settings menu, I had a cool idea of having like the camera move to like a different part of the room that you're in, like a window or something, that to, you know, add a bit of spookiness to it, as well as like a bit of intrigue, more intrigue, because when you're like, ooh, that's kind of weird, that's a good settings menu, maybe I should play this game. Because the settings menu is the only selling point in this entire game. So yeah, what I put there was basically a black light, a spotlight, and a point light to make sure that, you know, the light covers the entire surface of where the light's supposed to come out of. I came outside so it's quiet. Meanwhile, there's like several people revving their engines as if they're going on a street race. I thought this was supposed to be like a middle-class neighborhood. No one's supposed to do that. So for now, I just put the regular basic graphics settings. So like, basically, do you want the graphics to be extremely high or do you want them to be extremely low? Does that work for you simpletons? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what me, the master game developer, is talking about? All you are too stupid to even understand. I also added VSync just to have a Boolean value be there, just so I know what it looks like for future reference. There's no sound settings just yet. I'm waiting for people to tell me that, because, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm sending this new test build is going to be test build 2, and the people are going to get it, and they're going to give me feedback, hopefully, and tell me what type of settings they want. Because, you know, subtitles was a big one that people asked for. They wanted subtitles as well, just the ability to like change the window. So if the window's windowed full screen, just full screen, or regular, you know, window. And to be honest, there isn't much, you know, talking in the game, so adding subtitles would probably be a pretty easy thing to do. I probably won't have to, you know, auto-generate them. But the challenging part is like figuring out how that's going to work when it comes to the game. Like, will it be on the regular UI or will it just be a new UI? Like I'm interested to see how that's going to work. So I might have to do some research. Research being looking up on YouTube various tutorials about how to make subtitles. And another big thing, one of the people that responded has a Steam Deck, and it wasn't working on Steam Deck. But apparently Ponty, you know that one guy who's made Punch a Bunch and also Difficulty Game About Climbing, you know, basically my idol, he had the same problem. And I followed in his tracks, and he said something about Proton working pretty well when it comes to using different games on Steam Deck. So I had the person install like Photon or Proton or whatever the it worked instantly somehow. Now, I'm not sure what the specifics behind it. All I know is that it's working now. So that's a green light in my book. That's another check off the giant box mark thing. What I meant to say is that was a check off the list. And there was also a bunch of various bugs I was able to fix. Like there was this one bug where if you buy the flashlight, like if you buy one of the flashlights and it says it costs 0, it would still ask for at least 1 crystal, but it won't take the crystal away from you, which I mean, that basically doesn't mean that it's free. So imagine if I went to a homeless shelter, right? And I was like, hey, can I get some free food? And they're like, yeah, sure. You just have to have $1. Do you guys see how that doesn't make sense? I also applied some particles to the enemies to give them to make them like stand out a little bit more, and to also, you know, they look a little bit static, you know, from a distance. So I thought I'd add some particles to at least make them, you know, look somewhat alive more. And also I did expand upon that VHS idea. We have a working VHS mechanic. And I think just for the VHSs, they won't have like any achievements tied to them. They'll just be like cool collectibles that tell you different information about the game and stuff like that. And maybe the lore. I might even like include some Easter eggs of different YouTubers I like, because I like YouTubers. Mostly the ones that I want to see play the game, because I think it'd be very cool. Not saying I'm on their level, all right? Not saying they have to, but it'd be very cool to see them play it. Because, you know, seeing some of my favorite YouTubers, such as Markiplier, even Corey, maybe even Jack, all of them, all right? I know a lot of YouTubers, and if I get to just see them play my game, it would really be a dream come true. It's one of my dreams, personally. All right, and that's about it. Once this test build is done, once this test build, you know, runs its rounds and gets another stack of feedback that I need to go through, I will probably be ready for the full release of the game, which is crazy to think about, because again, I've been going crazy for like over a year. I started this game on my summer break. It's now summer break again, so it's literally been like a full year. That's all I want to do. I was thinking about going to sleep, but as you can see, it's not really an option now unless I sleep outside. And like about 2 minutes ago, I was yelled at for something I didn't do. Well, I wasn't yelled at physically, but my mom was. Please buy my game so I won't have to live with this anymore. I get accused for a lot of things I don't do for some reason. And I have some pretty bad anxiety, you know. I don't really like yelling.